Good morning, everyone. Hello, Garlu. Welcome to All Football with TNT. Today we're going exclusive with the five Thimphu City Football Club players who represented Bhutan in Jordan a few days ago in the Under 23 Asian Cup qualifiers. So I reckon people who follow football and especially follow Thimphu City Football Club wouldn't need an introduction to this five young potential players of Bhutan as well as for the club. So before we go ahead, thank you for being here, all of you. And then, if you all could introduce Chenry and what position you play. We will start from top.
My name is Kinodar Stobden. I play as a center defense.
Hello, my name is Sitim Balzong and I play as a right back.
Hello everyone, my name is Chitin Doji and I play as a central midfielder.
Hello, my name is Jinam Doji and I play as a left back.
Hello, my name is Rikin Salnezin and I play as a goalkeeper.
Okay, so thank you, all of you. Now, straight away to the questions more. Now, you all went to Jordan for the Under 23 Asian Cup qualifiers, Malu. Even if the result wasn't good, we didn't qualify, but there were so many positive things more to learn and to take forward. The first question was, what was the most memorable moment for you during the qualifiers, on or off the pitch? So all of you can answer. Take turns. Most memorable. The journey or match, meeting some new players. Kabir, Gara really love that. Anything.
Former personal player junior football same hotel na ding
Okay. Chingara part of chia junior FIFA no I thoi la lutabi. The one who played Barcelona champion.
My memorable
Oh, most memorable part because the journey.
my memorable part of the journey was the match against Jordan. From our point of view, we gave 100% in a match. 90 minutes. For 90 minutes we ran, but we couldn't do anything because Jordan World Cup qualifiers team, they were really good and strong. So for me, the most memorable part was the match against Jordan.
Yes, just, like you mentioned, na TV na we saw that our boys were trying hard. Ngachi ma ground na gachi happened with over intensity we can't feel the same as you all were there. And then it's a good thing that he brought up Jordan because all five of them they started in the Jordan game. So if you all could atichi the ma real time situation ma ground na how was the intensity, more feelings, pressure or how were you all feeling, Anichi?
The game against Jordan, it was by far the toughest game I played. The game speed was at least 10 times more faster than BPL. The players were moving quick out of position. They counterpressed us whenever we got the ball, and we didn't keep majority of the ball. And their movements were natural, like they weren't forced, but they could break our defense line easily.
So like Jignam said, the intensity the more that the Mopal it's higher than what we do out here. League day and every other. Now, firstly, now whenever we get into a game, okay, just no, 100% But when was the time you realized, yeah, Dabin Imeme Madochi game na the Jordan? And so maybe you're too focused on the game that you didn't see the time, but on the moment you wing Gagana the way. Even Marang chira dume si han Jordan yamdi. Even Gashna chira benime si han join ga galo in sort of at some point mo chi wai Marang chira dume si mo gam chita gen the koila be fast quick pace to lomush ball kama ma hebler ko close bed up melo. Then decision take beni time now some method more because they were quite quick and fast. So han moving ga anyone has a movement join
There was a moment lagro cho because also the mentally prepared day ba first na the personal era the physical halam ni mentally ngachilu the advice chin leslap ngachi na de lolap chu the jan jingis Jan Jinglan 100% Jinglan. Nazi he almost after 20-30 minutes ana chachi acho intensity ro modo chitu physicality
Jan
the
extra
speed
goal
pero Jan extra me mojo Jan ra ten tai ro
For me, maybe after the second goal, I thought that we were finished because tactically we prepared to park the bus. Our formation was 5-3-2. Even after playing low block for many minutes, I think they found a way to break us. So that's how they were good. Really, they were really good because we really did park the bus. We knew that Jordan's is a strong side, so we respected them and parked the bus. But they found the breakthrough.
Even Nachinali, the TV Natare, we could see the intensity, physicality, more kongi the chip. Our boys were running, but difference they do what halam chigiramush level the technique. But technically, I would say our boys were good as well, equally. Coming to Bochung Sonam, goalkeeper, one of the toughest position. I know the game ended 11-0. The defense were trying. You had some few good moments. So Chigi Gutana Thornang the first goal you conceded after that, yeah, Davin Maro Chibro Meme pressure, Maro Chigengo Bese. Because from behind you see everything. Imbaga Tonkagi, your back line, everything. So Thornang how did you feel in that game?
파스나 아니 gimnazioda pipeti yacho yoda 2 minutes yana goza de sasine yacho MMA se tele after 5 minutes of kali dar goal chizada di tawin bi over extra focus de go ini yacho bikongi ani passing movement le support sugar titi do yacho de machi kongi ani kachuma da juda physical de titi be mixeo yacho 아직 3v1 저디 베로 콩일리시멘디 도바 일리 마바 디펜스 딜리심 저 나이가 저콜리 따워진디 아치니 디펜스 더 플레이스 더 자긴 생야죠.
Now the first game, or you're starting the AFC campaign. The first game, Gotsuche, you're facing host country with most Jordan D. Now it's always advantage to play home. Plus they're a good side. The first game it ended 11 fine. So what do you think were the positive sides? Learning the space the okay the 11-0 pumchi. I know frustrations are there more. But at the end, the reflect Byodalu, most of the players they reflect on their game. What could I have done different? Or what was the lesson that I learned from there? Now difference were there, more Jordan they were physically stronger, do quick too. But at the end, football you never know. More tables turn, things change. Might take some time, but there are instances where more lower ranked team defeat. Bom bom this. Game judo chira. I know I could see the Steve Natcher told me the same dishino gara. I know when you give everything more, it's like gotta gain with the result not so watching frustration is always there. So what was going through your mind? Change to them. Kashno stand really will bro.
games over kachino is watching any players who achieve and match any outside country any social country chiga match exposure achieve jimbochin journalism like exposure achi mam thoni we wate
tengai di kashnoi labachin physical mindigi machi car physical the Bhutan look hipe asi rasa harok be self train be and so chin asi dynamics ne
What I felt was that the tactical kamchiru or even physicality kamchiru experience the gobis nai because what Topton said, we lacked experience in the first match because Jordan they went to Tunisia and held their camp there and also played 3 friendly match. In preparation this is 1 week jump day. So the experience is kira halamchi role play be.
Like for me, any football na most important thing that preparation ni. I think it is what we lacked. Before we went to play the qualifiers, we only trained as a team for 6 days. While Jordan, I believe they prepared for 2 whole months, which was a major factor in our defeat. And then most probably the physical aspect, because I believe we were slightly a bit less than Jordan in terms of technique and tactical play, but their physicality was a major difference between us.
the games of Gasnois Rochini, Tolton the Singila experience to me in low mom and international exposure game discovery. They are training 60 station betochi. The individual tagging as you do that. The Jordan the Tawe, the cultural space watching. Kong the Janam he watching the ranking, the training and so car focus, the timing the TD, this and surface will have some sleep, eat, delay, gym, train and the city fully focused for everything.
So like all five of you mentioned, because prepare when it really important, no? But you be rare because the love meru practice makes perfect. So perfect ram meru practice makes you better. No? Hemada chuta need to do what. But it's a good thing that Nagi Gachi realized this. Most of you are too focused on the game. No one said that the Facebook the comment Gachi Unga said no sometimes because you know how Bhutanese people are, they love football, they love commenting more, they show support as well as when the results are not there, they love throwing comments. So it's a good thing that you all were too focused on the game that yeah, China comment it's a good thing. Now, next question is, if Bhutan could play a friendly, the Chinsula memo preparedness, the friendly match it can come as. If Bhutan could play a friendly with any dream country, which one would you want it to be? Anyone can answer. Friendly match is it over chin. Kanyam se uno ni me.
I built in the exposure, resume Togo built in the hands on high ranking gear titles, most of the country na the Japanese coaches high permanent the Japanese team or Korea coach Korea team the Jordan Zumbi and this go be seeing at the exposure mountain.
Well answered, yes. Higher ranked team, more exposure. Even if you lose, there's some learning points.
I think in my life, Jordan was the highest FIFA ranked team I played. They were 64th. I believe for us to gain more exposure, countries that are in the top 50 would be a dream country to play, because the football level from below 100 and above 100 is completely different. I believe there is a massive gap between us. So I believe
Top 100
top
and
50.
For me, like Bochung said, it could be Japan or Korea, because from what I know, Japan in, they can compete with the top five ranks in the world.
World Cup.
For example,
World Cup
because they won against Spain and Germany in the same tournament. So I believe they are a really good side, a really good example to watch. So
So tangai dream team ta ngachi tego wachin acho. So tangai bewachin the Real Madrid lo understill of the match. Level are different demi mo daro acho. Te ngai bewachin kung bochungda jitsingi lab zin brai ta coaches ya Japan le me Korea na le phome ta kung azum team mo ta chikagi Japan lo azum Korea gi team this chika che wachin asi ngai the dream lo azum jirai acho. Thank you.
Magi bewachin Japanese lawmakers watching, they are more advanced than us.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I'd agree. Maybe Japan or Korea, no? World Cup playing teams, they defeat top five, Spain, Germany, more European countries way forward, more facility their resources, playing style, the academies, grassroots health facilities, but more. So hopefully, fingers crossed, at some point, mush Japan jam say thobe wachindi. I know people tami jab be mi lash on do plus. The important thing is exposure to more. Now, okay, we'll play one. This is the final part of the podcast. So we'll play one simple game, or just like you tell the name within Churangagi Nade. I'll give you questions. So you just tell me who is going to be that Kagi Gachi Byongalam. Okay, so we'll start. So first question would be, who's most likely to score a screamer from halfway? Okay. Then who's most likely to get a red card for arguing with the ref? Jitin and Jignam both. Okay. Then who's most likely to be late for training? Top then. Okay. Gotta agree, stop then. So who's most likely to dance after scoring? Jitin. Okay. Then who's most likely to become famous outside of football? Football Matsiwachi. Like singing, modeling, dancing. Chungan ga mom famous too. Jitin. Dancing. Okay. TikToker. Yeah, then who's most likely to become famous outside of football? Dilap Saimo. Now, who's most likely to crack jokes even during CUS team talks? Kara serious with the joke kai byong. Bochum. Didi. Okay. Now, who's most likely to watch a YouTube video before a game?
I've seen them both watching Van Dijk.
Rangi position. Tani ba dilalo no. Dari nga zum tseni me Neymar zum tseni dari Van Dijk Alexander Arnold zum tseni. Konyi tayo na mam. Okay. Now, so these were two questions we got from our Facebook post, Kongi comment Benova, two of our followers, supporters. So Yuvan Sharma asks, so what was the weakness of our teams in any of the games? Because we played 3 games with them. First game 11-0, second 2-0, third game we won 3-1. So, we'll come to that question as well. Almost forgot. Jitin did score a goal more out there. All of you played a huge role, but Jitin got his name on the score sheet. So, before that, let's answer this. Yuvan Sharma ki dume. Weakness the gachi de isi me gachi team gi. So you can say as a general match kagi beru ya. So you don't have to go in depth, but chibe gachi lack de is.
Weakness like technically the tactically the difference amchi mato. I believe that as Salto mentioned earlier, physicality it played a really big role in our defeat against Jordan and Turkmenistan. Because these two are the teams that almost competes every time in the finals of the AFC. So I think our weakness was physicality.
Gara agree bionga. Physicality, everyone.
Like Jason said, physicality, but more than physicality, I think our team lacked experience and preparation.
So, another question from one of our Facebook followers, supporters, Gogo Lamichidu. Kogijide. How was the journey to Jordan? No? How was that?
It was very long.
Okay, it was very long. And then,
For me, it felt like Jordan had so many O's and it was like Jor and then because we had a difficult time adapting because we really didn't have the time to rest properly. We got there at around 4 a.m. in the morning. Then we had to sleep. Then tomorrow is the official training, and the day after was the official match. So it was a really long journey.
same day, same feel
Same
way.
match.
Okay, before we enter, I was supposed to ask this earlier on because everyone more num jure Bhutan team they no low defeated this many goals. So people talk about that. But in the other hand, we also need to the people who know football more football shame to the show made. Okay, goal chuchi zare the rani player ya analyzation say more. So Kohema he has improved weak foot kilejum juice. So people who know football talk about that much. But unfortunately I'll have to admit Bhutan Mindu and Zutami. everyone is focused on the final full-time score, much 11-0. But we had a good score at much at the end. We won against Chinese Taipei. 3-1 big game, but we did score, but the other two games weren't up to our potential or up to mark. But I think game gave it. So Jitan also got on the score sheet. Mush the chi bench na long score be. The first question, what was going through your mind? Kutan agachi day. Goal to uchira. Or you went blind, blank. Chardisluta, Gadebe, because I could see most of them were coming to celebrate more. And why not after two defeats, so win dome. So what was going through your mind? And the rest of you check after you all won that game, because you know you won. And then then no, yeah, came into the Lokchina Juni. So okay, yeah.
For me, it was a really proud moment because I always give 100% because I carry the pride that I represent country. But what I felt in the overall, what I felt in the match was we had the togetherness in the match against Chinese Taipei. So for like during the 70 minute, I was coming on. So the coach wanted me to do defensive work because we already went on to lead with Sonam Doji scoring. So he wanted me to help defensively, but the Chinese Taipei they were one man down, so we could easily control the ball possession. And what I felt after scoring the goal was that I can score or I can change the game even after coming on. I really felt positive image because the coach told me that I played the last two games and was tired, so he wanted me to rest, but also give Sonam Doji his playing time because he really deserved that. And credit to Sonam Doji for the stunning goal, and credit to Vampire for the sensational assist for my goal.
Gutana first or Gagi don't know Gutana goal to Uchi. Kachir time. I apa anyone or Kachi mindo you're blank or you're lost.
First, I thought of top then his celebration. I wanted to do this, but it actually I could not. I could not because any match amchi hype mi debeba first match or like
Yes.
final match so that amchi hype mi debeba but ngachi gates mi the same guy because we really wanted 3 points qualify maji deberu.
Shin this kachi feel be kade be chorna. Kafi match di thabe.
For me, I didn't think too much about the win. I just wanted to move on from this experience, take this with me to Bhutan, and see what I can do to contribute to my country and grow as a player.
Okay. Kochung.
많이 배웠는데 before game at surface level में there is an important game last game में देवे로 Bhutan जो the 2 points vision ना दो दस so government the team bonding solution the car energy level high ना दो दस the first goals out the team the kimida that the halam 45 minutes to go halam is not the second half na le GG on GG 2 le draw 저희 딜레 네 아직 디펜더 우긴되지 코이베더 동아치 아직 월저들이 같이 저진 코이베더 아니 차이니스 타이피 배치 같은 저다시 예 공기 원맨 다운조 딜랭아치 프레셔 진투 저다시 딜레 som도지 골수 딜레 지치노 페퍼 에스페 디치노 골수 예 last night 나가디 베마치 2 points to 거니베디 아치 2 points to observation
Okay, so before we end this podcast, so any advice or any final words you'd like to share? Because this is the beginning of of our podcast, All Football with TNT. So we might have you all again on a personal session, maybe. As of now, all five of you have represented the country together down in Jordan. So, any final words or advice or any words to the supporters, your viewers, followers, anything? Final words from you. Firstly, from my behalf of our group, especially those players in the U23 National Team, I would like to thank the supporters for supporting
Because after a match, like for me, I usually socially off. I ignore the comments as much as I can. But some comments are positive. I look at that. It keeps me motivated. So for the one that keeps supporting us, please do so from now on as well, and we will continue to give our best to the supporters as well. For me, it might be easier for you to judge what you see on the screen, but it's a totally different type of scenario when you're down on the field. For me, when we were 4 down against Jordan during halftime, it was very tough to sink in the result of the halftime score, but nevertheless, we still finished the game by giving our 100%. And not only me, but I think everyone ignored the comments because we needed to move on. We could not sulk into defeat. So I want everyone to please keep supporting us because the life of football it's very hard. Yeah, change your car. Same. So thank you everyone for being here. So firstly, I'm proud of all of you that just representing the country and wearing the national team is a big thing. So that is a big achievement. We have to keep that always in mind. So that those generations who guys like comments will keep on coming. Well, footballer like that is tough. I agree because I played football as well and I know how it feels. More especially the Himalaya game halfway on this and then you see the comments. And you have to find that at some point when you give everything you get the satisfaction, then the match they say comment or the cheating up doesn't matter. Comment negative one positive comments makes a whole lot of difference. Okay, what I'm doing people are appreciating more because first thing that you know to be selected to represent the country itself is a big thing. So you all should know that. Personally, I'm proud of yours and I reckon most of the people are also proud of you for representing very enough people. But we did come back with a win, so let's celebrate that. And then more to come again for the sitting in Bhutan are no longer underdogs because other teams now fear it too. They might go to okay, Bhutan Institute. Now we are outside them. So it's two different things. So like I said, keep doing what you are doing. So let's celebrate more victories in the future. But also at the same time, let's learn from the defeats and losses. So thank you everyone for staying till the end of our podcast. And like I mentioned, we will have some personal sessions soon. But out here, I'd like to thank the five of them for representing the country down there and playing for the country, giving everything they've got despite the results. They did come back with a win. So stay tuned for more podcasts like this. We are going to talk about all football out here. So I'm the host, TNT from Thimphu City Football Club. Thank you. Thank you. Mom,